Are you a Black-owned business looking to expand your global reach? If so, get listed today at blackpearldirectory.com. Rare, organic, and valuable Black-owned businesses are showcased to the world. Black Pearl Business Directory, your showcase for all things Black-owned business and more.
Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Shanada Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Shanada Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation. Welcome to Let's Fix It with Shanada. Sit back, relax, and take some copious notes as we provide you with some awesome solutions to your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching us live via Facebook, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Shanada Harris. Well, welcome to another exciting episode of the Let's Fix It with Shanada show. I am very excited for all the responses I'm getting back in support of the incredible information we've been providing here. I know for me, each episode, I try to attack topics that will be of value to you and someone you know. So I appreciate the love and the feedback. Today, we're going to continue our discussion on identity theft and fraud. I have a very special guest today with me. He's going to be in live. This guy is a super awesome person, and I am just so pleased to have met him and just be able to fellowship with this man. I tell you, he is an impact on the Oakland County and Detroit area. He is a son, a father, and the last few weeks added grandpa to his new titles that he holds. So he is also an entrepreneur and a professional photographer, owner of Gill, Garret Photography. He serves the city of Pontiac, Michigan as a trustee and on the school board for Pontiac Public Schools, and he is also an Oakland County Deputy Sheriff. I am speaking none other than my friend, Mr. Gill Garret. Did you make it to the show today?
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Shanada. Oh my God. I was starting to listen like, who is she talking to? Like, who's that guy? I need to meet that guy. Thank you.
Awesome. You are so welcome. And I am so excited that you accepted the invite to come on to the show. I know you have an incredible podcast of your own, The Monologues, and there was another show that you guys had going on, and I tap into that, and just a wealth of knowledge and just a strong advocate for the community.
Thank you.
That is definitely needed across the metropolitan Detroit area, not just the city of Pontiac, but I know the city of Pontiac is near and dear to your heart.
Yeah,
so,
that's my heart right there.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know your work is just impeccable, what you're doing there in the city and how you're impacting children and mentoring the children in that community. So I'm excited. Yeah. I know I was able to contribute to a special program that you had going on at one point and always. Yeah, I know, right? In the thick of the pandemic. As a matter of
helped, Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I owe you dinner still for something that we had here on the show. We were trying to wait for the pandemic to lift before we went to dinner and celebrated and be able to fellowship. But today we're here to talk about something that is very important, that's plaguing not just our community but across the nation. Every 5 seconds, someone's identity is being stolen. So from the perspective as a law enforcement officer, What are you seeing that you can share with the viewers to help them as it pertains to the rise of the identity theft crisis? What advice could you lend?
Man, oh wow, it's such a broad perspective in the sense of the amount of things that people have done or committed to doing to make sure that they steal someone's identity. And so the only way that that is possible is that because we're doing more open sharing of information across the internet, across different medium and technology formats, and that opens us up all, not
Yeah.
just a select group of people. Theft doesn't know your culture, doesn't know your color of your skin. It knows your name, it knows your social security number, and then it knows your credit score, and that's how a lot of times people are being affected by that. But there's some things that I caution my seniors who are on a fixed income, my seniors who don't get out or have a lot of visitation. They have been preyed upon by these. I don't want to call they not so nice people, these predators, to go after identity theft. So there's a couple points that I kind of want to spell out to anybody who's listening and could be affected by this. Is that be careful where you log in on as far as devices is concerned. If it's not a secure device that you know of, try to keep your passcodes and passwords off those different devices. Also, for my seniors, if you're on the phone and you know, someone is calling you and they're saying, hey, there's a person that's in jail, they need X, Y, and Z of your information, never give out information over the phone. Never give out information over the phone. Because most seniors know who their doctor is. The doctor already has that sensitive information. Most family members who are close to that senior knows that sensitive information. That's not something that you need to repeat over the phone. And so those are the top two that I found to be more predatory to our senior, our most wise body population of people in this country, is because sometimes they don't. A lot of people don't check on them, or they fall victim to just wanting loneliness and wanting somebody to have conversation with, and they get tricked into some of these schemes and scams, open up their bank accounts, and then next thing you know, all their life savings is gone. And so with identity theft, we have to do our part as just citizens to make sure that that type of information is kept very sensitive, and if you have to have passwords, what I do personally is I every 3 months I put an alert in my phone to say change my passwords. And so I know iPhone and Android, they have these automatic, you know, passwords that they can put in there for you. But I like to know what my passwords are. But I constantly and consistently change them every 3 months, to kind of keep myself safe. And then get some type of credit alert feature that could be text, or that you could be alerted if someone is having a shopping spree on your credit cards. And because that reports to your credit. And I'm sure being on this show right now, Miss Harris, she definitely keeps y'all informed about protecting that credit and protecting your information. But those would be some, it's definitely going to continuously be an uptick, since the black market now is using viral scams, malware to get into, large systems where information is being held to get some of that sensitive information, like social security numbers and things of that nature. So, this is going to be an ongoing problem. Multi-millions of people are affected by this across the country. And I think those tips right there would help prevent. But if you were to ever have a case where you feel like, your identity has been compromised, contact your local law enforcement agent. Make sure you do have a police report, and then immediate contact the credit bureaus to let them know, hey, that wasn't me who put that on there. And you're going to definitely need that case number, because that lets the credit bureaus, that lets your creditors, that lets the banks, that lets everybody know that, hey, listen, I took the initial steps. That wasn't me. And hopefully there's some insurance safeguards there to help you retrieve some of your finances.
Most definitely. I am just totally intrigued because you came up with obviously some things that I really didn't touch upon last week, but most importantly, our seniors are preyed upon a lot.
Yes,
Just because they're not, a lot of them are not tech savvy, and a lot of
correct,
them just do stuff and just don't think about it, such as answering the phone and giving out their information freely. I can't
correct.
I think I've seen several stories on the news where seniors are being preyed on, even from a front door, people knocking on on the doors,
Yes,
pretending to be gas representatives for
consumer people, yes,
consumers and
utility
DTE,
people,
and
yeah,
coming in, robbing them blind, and stealing credit cards and everything else, money and
yeah.
other assets. So, just out of curiosity,
Okay.
are are these hackers and criminals being brought to justice? Are you seeing like,
Well, I
is
know.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, is there an influx in cases of criminals being actually caught for this crime?
Well, well, we do. I know at the Oakland County Sheriff Department we do have a cyber unit itself that actually tracks and help with fraud investigations and things of that nature. People are being brought to justice, but as I said in my earlier comments, is that because this is such a fluid uh, crime, a vicious act, and sometimes people out of embarrassment, don't want to prosecute or don't call. Um, Sometimes that can hinder prosecution, but a lot of times when we're able to track and individuals get on top of it, make the necessary reports, investigations are done, both collectively by your law enforcement agency and the insurance companies, and some credit card companies actually have their own department that handle these type of fraud matters. People are brought to justice, and a lot of times, sometimes there's some payments, retributions, financial retributions that need to be set up for them, and sometimes jail time. And so, it's just something that we're going to have to deal with as a society. Again, as technology opens up and we get more uh, AI, artificial intelligence, gets more, algorithms set into these systems. We're going to see people trying to beat, other things to find a disadvantage over individuals who may not know how to keep themselves safe. But we do fully prosecute. And again, the more you catch, there's always that two or three fish that do get away, unfortunately.
Well, from a personal perspective, because I shared my testimony the other week in reference to me being a victim of credit card fraud. Someone got a hold of my
Mm.
credit card number the weekend of Memorial Day, and I was
Mm.
livid. Had the audacity to charge some perfume and then had it sent to my house. So I'm like,
Wow. Wow. What?
had it sent to my house. I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't order anything from Ulta,
Yeah. Yeah.
and here I'm like, it's perfume. And granted, it was a nice perfume. It's a nice fragrance, but I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really? You gonna
That's
use my credit card and then have the audacity to send it to me? Okay,
look,
you're
buy you a
really
gift.
stupid.
Bought you a gift.
I just
And these
want the
people.
person caught because the
Yeah.
time and effort and the foolishness that goes on behind trying
Yes.
to stop the payments, go to the bank, get new credit cards, and then it was a holiday weekend, and thank God that my banking institution was local where they could reissue me another credit card because otherwise it was like 2 o'clock on a Saturday right before the holiday, so I would have been stuck with
Mm-hmm.
no cash till Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Upset.
Mm.
Now,
Yeah.
granted, I
Mm.
would have had other means, but it's just the mere
Yeah.
fact that
The point. The principle.
inconvenience and it just
Yes.
the whole debacle about the whole thing. And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't mess with anyone. So
Yeah.
why would you feel it necessary to invade my privacy and my space or anyone's space, not just
Yeah.
mine,
It's a very, it's a sensitive intrusion, and
It
it's
is.
it's a
It
private
is. I
intrusion.
just feel
It's
so
such a
violated.
violation. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
So violated.
yeah,
And it's not the first time. Someone did
yeah.
it, I want to say 2 years ago. And thank
Hmm.
God for the alerts that I have through our protection plan to be able to get an alert to my phone saying, Shanada, we noticed some unusual activity. Did you make this purchase?
Hmm.
So they could stop
Yeah,
it right then and there. And
yeah,
that's what society needs to understand. Invest in the fraud
yes,
protection, the identity theft protection for your own good because it will
yeah,
save you a lot of headaches and a lot of pain going forward in the event that it should happen because this is a very frequent crime, unfortunately.
yes.
And there
And
is,
it's vicious.
yeah, it is. It's terrible. You know, you got to go through a whole lot of stuff depending on
And
what they get a hold of.
I've investigated some crimes as far as um, checking the source back to another country. Like,
Hmm.
so that's, sometimes the actual suspect is in another country.
Right.
And I remember working in Royal Oak Township, and we were following some fraudulent money transactions through the Kroger's there on 8 Mile and Woodward. And, we tracked through the people who were getting it, through the green dots, credit cards, and then we tracked down the suspect having to fly in, was flying in every week just to kind of pick up money,
Wow.
but actually being from Nigeria. And what would it cost us to prosecute that far?
Right.
You know, so, and it's not just one or two people. There's maybe a 20-member ring. Trying to get $3,000 from just one person. I would just imagine if they get $3,000 from 5 people.
Right.
Just in one day. So 15,000 a day. Like, it's crazy the risk that they take, the federal risk that they take, the jail time risk that they take, but they take that risk because they think of the high rewards. But the people who are left to make sure that they didn't, it wasn't me or no fraudulent activity was done on their part, it's a nightmare for victims. So
It's
if you
terrible.
can it's better to pay that protection money up front. It's better to pay that insurance and that protection up front because I would just assure you that in law enforcement, even though we have the best intentions in the heart, sometimes it could take years to make sure that you get a prosecution because you have to prove that the person that was talking over the phone to you is the same person that made the false transaction.
Correct.
You
Well,
know,
the great thing
so
about our protection plan is that with that, it comes, you get $1 million worth of protection. Not that
yeah,
anybody stole $1 million from me. Good luck with that.
no,
But it's just the mere principle of
yes,
that whole thing of someone
no doubt,
taking what you went
yes,
to work for and earned
yeah,
yourself, taking it from you, and
mm-hmm.
then ordering something and sending it to your house. I was like, really?
Man, that's
just just
whew,
terrible. But
that would put my
anyways,
political correctness right out the window.
yeah, right. Gil, since I have you on the show today,
Hmm.
please share some information about Gill Garret photography. I tell people all the time that you are like one of the most talented photographers that I've seen. Where I know some of your
Thank you.
work, you just tell the story magically of through pictures and video. The work that you do with
I appreciate. Thank
weddings
you.
and different occasions. I think I've attended one
Thank you.
occasion for sure
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you were on duty as the photographer of for the
Okay.
event, and
Yeah.
the pictures were just magical. It
Thank you.
just
Thank you.
incredible. So
I have an amazing team. I have an amazing team. They really do anchor me down. They really do allow me to be as free in my creativity as possible. I have wonderful clients. My clients allow me the space to really expound on their vision that they already have. We sit down, we do a consultation. We're a full-fledged boutique photography studio. We're located here in Pontiac, Michigan at the Strand Theater, where I recently just became the head videographer and photographer for the Strand Theater, downtown
awesome.
Pontiac. So my studio is also inside of there. We have a location in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're opening up soon in St. Louis, Missouri. And so they, the team, I can't do it without them. And so with that being said, I started photography with film. I was about 11 years old. My grandfather gave me this 110 camera that you put the flash on top of it. And he would take me to
The
Rite
little
Aid to get
cute
them
bulb.
exposed. Look cute, yep. And he'd take me to Rite Aid and I get the double exposure.
We telling our
I didn't
age,
have
right?
right. I didn't have the ideal upbringing, and my grandfather would always say, "If I could see it, I could be it." And so I would take pictures of things that I wanted to be or wanted to have, whether it was a motorcycle, a car, or a house, or just a happy feeling with taking pictures of people. And so I fell in love with it. It became my happy space. And when I became a police officer, it was something that I went back to kind of anchor myself back down to who I am as a person, because we know that law enforcement has its challenges, and it has its ways of being checked and having to adjust its perspective of how law enforcement officers are seen. So I needed something mentally to take me to a different place, and photography did that for me. And so I was just always I constantly learned, constantly watched. I would spend my own money traveling between New York to see some of the best, California, Atlanta, and I wanted to be in that group and be known as that photographer that could tell that story. And for me, it's just, there's no other greater blessing to be able to freeze time. We'll never get, we started at 4 o'clock, it's 4:26. We'll never get those 26 minutes back. So how did we spend it?
Right.
But with photography, I know that I can capture it. With photography, I know I can freeze it. So I know I can stop that moment that God has joined us in a space together. And so I'm happy to do that for families who don't necessarily update their family pictures. I'm happy to do that at their weddings. You don't get that time at the altar over again. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of hours that go into that 5-minute click of the shutter. And I want the pressure. And I think God has given me ability to make people see themselves in a different way. And
He has definitely blessed you with an incredible talent. I tell you, I am just in awe every time you show a video of your work, and just highly impressed. And I've definitely been telling my fiance, I think I found the photographer.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Tell him, come on in. Let me pitch him. I got him. I got you.
I think it's the pitch. I don't think it's the pitch, but
Okay.
we got to set a date and do all that other things
you.
behind the scenes. So we definitely need to sit down and talk about some stuff. But in the meantime, community activities for people to get involved in. Like I said earlier, I donated treats for the children's drive. Are you guys doing anything for the summer for the children, or that people can get involved?
PAL. Go to sheriffpal.com. If you're in the Pontiac area, the Oakland County area, a lot of our programs are based in Pontiac. You can, they're free programs to ages from 4 T-ball all the way up to middle teen for basketball. And so that's one thing. The second thing is you can contact me, go on my Facebook page. I'm always posting things in the community as they're giving me the flyers. I'm always posting things that's happening around, not just in Pontiac, but between Pontiac and Detroit. I'm trying to bridge that gap because I'm a native Detroiter. So Detroit, I always tell people Detroit raised me, Pontiac groomed me. So I try to keep that 75 Woodward corridor, keep them connected. But that's it for me. That's my spot. That's my lane. Community, serving in the community in any capacity. It doesn't even have to. If I can hold the light, I don't even have to be the lead photographer. So whatever, if you got kids, we do coming up in August, and I'll get with you, Ms. Harris, about this. Coming up at the end of August, right before school, I'm gonna do a 3-week photo camp for kids for free, to show them how to work their small cameras, DSLR cameras. If the adults want to join in, because we got football seasons right around the corner, so they always want to take pictures of their grandsons or their son, and I want to show them how to stop motion. I want to show them, how to use correct composition to get that nice shot that they can even make a poster. And then we're going to talk about some little printing options doing that photography as well. And that's going to be opened up for 6th graders, 6th to 9th graders. And then, like I said, if parents want to involve, you want to go to my website, sign in. It's going to be Zoom, and we're going to have a couple photo walks downtown Pontiac. So
Awesome. That sounds like
yeah,
fun. Well, I'm
yeah,
definitely down for that. Definitely send me the
okay,
information because we will definitely plug it here on the Let's Fix It with Shanada show. I love to get involved with various community service type oriented programs, especially when it comes down to grooming and mentoring our children, giving them something
yeah,
positive to do versus
mm-hmm,
being out in the streets doing things that can cause them to come see you in your law enforcement
yeah, yeah,
career.
yeah.
So,
Right, right.
um,
I try to get them out of one way so I can bring them in somewhere else. They don't
yeah, most
either
definitely.
way. I'm gonna see them. I see them on that side.
Right. Well, we want to keep them on the
Yeah,
positive side and keep
yeah,
them
no doubt.
on the good foot for sure. But I want to
Yeah.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a special
Oh,
guest
thank
on
you. I
today.
appreciate it.
You're always welcome back here to share, and I definitely
Thank
appreciate
you.
your service and dedication and time. Man, keep up the good work. I can just say that. And the Lord
Thank you.
definitely has a special calling on your life to serve. So I appreciate all that you do, sir.
I appreciate it. It's been a blessing. Thank you for having me.
You're absolutely welcome.
All right.
All right. So, as we begin to wind down our show, there is Mission 800. Mission 800 is a program that I've set to assist people who want to prepare themselves for home ownership, for car ownership, or just really change their financial trajectory. So I am super excited for anybody who is interested. Please get in contact with me so you can join our Mission 800 Club for 2021. We are officially getting ready to click over to that halfway mark where we have gone through 6 months of 2021, and we are getting ready to go into the second half of the year. So there's still time to get into that home and to really change your financial trajectory. And as you heard me say earlier in the show, if you need identity protection, we do have a component within our credit repair that does just that, that protects your credit and protects your identity. So definitely send me a DM, or my phone number is 734-752-8818. And as we close out the show, I always end with Shanada's Pearls of Wisdom. And as you can tell from my guest here today, Mr. Gill Garret out of Pontiac, Michigan, he is definitely a person that serves our community. Service is the rent that we pay while we're here on earth. So you definitely want to serve in whatever capacity or talent that you have, whatever God-given gift that he gave you. Learn to give back to our community and or to teach others. As they say, each one, teach one, reach one. With that being said, I want y'all to have an amazing week. Bye. Purchase. Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Shanada Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Shanada Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation.